Hey, do you ever feel like you're trying to complete a task and yet you start spinning your circles about how it could be better, how it's not quite right, how it isn't quite ready for release, or hey, like maybe I can do X, Y, and Z first, or like any excuse that stops you from finally releasing? Well, I'm doing that even now with this video where I'm looking at the script, looking at what I wrote, and I'm just not quite sure if that's what I want to do, if it has all the answers, if it has exactly what needs to be laid out for it. So if you ever feel that way, this video is for you. It's about finding the one mindset that prevents your progress and what to do about it. And this is one of the favorite things that I've ever had because I have such a perfectionist attitude towards everything that I do, because I'm always able to see how I can make something better and how it can be increased, how it can look a little bit better, and so on. So if this is something that you also struggle with, you will find that this is probably one of the most helpful things you can think about. And this is the Gitmo curve. I originally saw this from Craig Rochelle at the Global Leadership Conference, where he talked about this curve where it has the impact versus the amount of time that you put into something. And it's basically a parabola and like a curve that will start to level out after you reach about 80% of the quality that you get out of whatever effort you're putting into. So I'll put that curve up so when you see it, you'll understand that majority of what a quality product will achieve is done within the least amount of time. But then after that, the percentage increases requires an exponential and increased amount of effort to reach that, 82, 85, 90, 100%, which is basically unachievable to any imagine. So learning this principle has helped me figure out okay, what is that kind of 80% where I accept that hey, this is maybe not the very best that I can do, but it is presentable, it's great, it's a high quality product that can still be released into the world. You're not choosing to do something poorly, you're just choosing to understand, hey, what is the best I can do with limited resources, limited time that I have now, so that I can still be able to achieve whatever I'm reaching. So to start with this, I would recommend that you go ahead and start writing down whatever projects you have, whatever dreams, goals, ambitions that you currently have that's been waiting, that you've been putting too much effort and time and thinking and planning into it, to kind of give you a baseline of maybe something you can work on and understand what would 80% look like for that goal or objective. So I just want to go through a couple of ideas to help you understand what this 80% can look like, starting with a blog or as a YouTube channel. We could get very caught up into having a channel banner, a perfect profile picture for that, a wonderful description for the channel as well, a channel trailer that is well lit. You have all the high-tech quality microphones and cameras and lighting equipment and so forth. There's so much you can go into perfecting your first video. But if you're anyone that has tried to begin that effort, you would realize that it takes so much time. It can take a lot of resources if you don't have those as well to reach a quality product like that as well. And you would almost never get it done because it would require so much effort from you. But 80% could look like literally using your phone and taking a video and putting it on there. Now you understand that yes, there's a lot of quality pieces that can go in there. There's a lot of audio that can be increased. There's better lighting, better camera, better equipment, etc. But for your current situation, your current moment, 80% would look like, let me just get a video up. Let me just get started. Let me share something with the world. If you're creating a business, one of the big things that can be frustrating is creating a website. And I've done a few of those myself so far, and there's so many things you can think of to put on there, especially with the resources you have today with different types of websites. And they're easy tools to use. You can see that you have access to so many ideas. It can be easy to get into the cycle of using every single option that is available to you. And before you know it, you spent way too much time, and you could have had a fully functional website that is very capable of doing what you have set it out to do. And then of course later you can start adding those additional features, learning and so on and so forth. So again, 80% for a website launch, a business launch, could be simply saying, hey, this is what the website should look like, and here's the things I'm going to put on the back burner for now and do those later. I think this time of year, health and wellness also is a big deal. So beginning of the year, people love to figure out how can I maximize my diet, how can I work out, how can I do all these things, And then before you know it, you're trying to perfect a diet and a routine, an exercise routine that will not work out because you've put so much thought and effort into it that it's almost impossible to do. So what does 80% look like for achieving your health goals? Instead of completely transforming your diet and going to the gym, it could be as simple as waking up and you start a 10-minute workout that's on your phone for free through YouTube, some other available video that help you just work out every single day, instead of the effort that it takes to get your clothes ready, to get out the door, to go to the gym, to show up in the gym, probably feel uncomfortable a little bit and not know exactly what you're doing anyways, and then maybe working out and then going back and not exactly sure what you've accomplished through that time that you had. So now that we're understanding what 80% could look like, that good enough to move on type of attitude in our everyday and our projects and the goals and ambitions that we have for life, the next thing would be simply to break down whatever that next goal is into small, actionable steps that you can take to reach that goal. So no matter what you're trying to do, quality does matter, and you're going to reach that higher level intensity and excellence over time. But the ideas and the talents and the gifts, the goals, ambitions you have will not benefit anybody, will not benefit yourself. You will not grow until you take those first steps and figure out where that 80%, that good enough to move on portion is, so that you can continue to grow, continue to put out your work that the world needs to see, that the world needs, that will make a lasting difference, not only for yourself, but for those that are around you. So write down whatever goal, objective, thing that you've been putting off, trying to perfect way too much down. Write a few small, super small, easy to do actionable steps for those goals and take action on one of those today. If you don't feel like you can do it today, then they're not small enough, they're not easy enough, and you need to continue to brainstorm what that next step could be. So with that, keep chasing after what you're doing, fight perfectionism and learn how to continue to fight perfectionism and learn how to go ahead and put your work out into the world and accomplish those dreams and goals you have for yourself. And until next time, own your day today.